Hi, today we will discuss our environment chapter from Science 10th standard textbook. So, first, enzymes, they are specific in their actions, and enzymes are needed for breakdown of a particular substances. So this is the use of enzyme, and they are very much specific, like they know where to target, which site to target. Now, substances are two types, biodegradable and non biodegradable. Substances that are broken down by biological processes are called as biodegradable substances, and substances that are not broken down by biological processes are called as non biodegradable. So, is where all organisms like plants, animals, microorganisms, human beings, as well as the physical surroundings interact with each other with non-living constituents of the environment that forms an ecosystem. Now, ecosystem can be biotic or abiotic. Biotic means one that consists of living organisms, and abiotic comprises of physical factors like temperature, rainfall, wind, soil, rocks, etc., minerals, which are not living as such. Now, ecosystem can also be natural or human made, that is also called as artificial. So natural includes forest, ponds, lakes, and human made includes gardens, crop fields. Now, how organisms are grouped? They are grouped based on the manner in which they obtain substances from their environment. So by which they obtain their food from environment. So they can be divided as producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers are all green plants and certain blue-green algae which can produce food by photosynthesis, means those organisms that can produce their own food. Consumers are organisms that depend on producers directly or indirectly by feeding or they are dependent on other consumers for their food. And decomposers are when microorganisms break down the complex organic substances into simple inorganic substances which goes into the soil and are used up by plants, and they are called as decomposers. Now, consumers are four different types. They are carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, and parasites. Now, food chain is a series of organisms feeding on one another. This series or organisms taking part at various biotic levels forms a food chain. Now, what is trophic level? Each step or level of this food chain is called as trophic level. Now, there is first trophic level, that are autotrophs or producers, which fix up the solar energy and make it available for heterotrophs or the consumer. Then comes the second trophic level, in which the herbivores or primary consumers come. In third trophic level, small carnivore or secondary consumers come. And fourth trophic level, large carnivore or tertiary consumers come. Now, food acts as a fuel which provides energy to do work. Now, energy is basically obtained from sunlight and it is converted to chemical energy. Now, this energy which is taken up by autotrophs, they capture this energy and it goes to heterotrophs and decomposers, means it goes to the next level on the food chain. Now, how does the flow of energy takes place? Green plants, that is like terrestrial ecosystem, captures 1% of energy from sunlight that falls on leaves and it is converted into food energy. Then the green plants are eaten by primary consumers, where again there is energy loss. This energy loss is in form of heat to environment, digestion, doing work, growth, and reproduction. In this phase there is 10% of energy loss. The food eaten is turned into its own body and it is made available for next level of consumer. Now, this 10% is the average value of the energy. So the amount of organic matter present at each step and reaches the next level. So every time the level changes from year to year, the energy is lost in every step. So the loss of energy at each step is high. So after 4 levels, very little usable energy remains. lower tropic level there is greater number of individual, and the greatest number is for the producer. So by the time it reaches the lowest tropic level, in this lowest it reaches, the energy is very less. Length and complexity of food chain varies depending on each organism. Now each organism is eaten by two or more organisms, and then again those two or more organisms are eaten by more two or several organisms. So that's why instead of showing a food chain in a straight line, it is shown as branched, because the one animal is eaten by two different other organisms maybe. So that's the reason it is not shown in the straight line, it is shown in branch line, and that is called as food web. Now the flow of energy is unidirectional. By this term we mean the energy that is captured by the autotrophs does not revert back to the solar inputs, and the energy which is passed to the herbivores does not come back to autotrophs. That means it doesn't come from one tropic level to the previous one. Once it is gone to that level, means it is gone, it won't come back again. Now how does this harmful chemical enter our body? So it enters basically through food chain. Let's see how does that happen. So there is use of pesticides and other chemicals that are done to protect our crops from diseases and pests. So from the chemicals, they are washed down into the soil or into the water bodies, that is then taken up by aquatic plants and animals. And as these chemicals are not degradable, they get accumulated at each tropic level, and as human beings occupy top level in food chain, the maximum concentration of these chemicals get accumulated in our bodies, and this is known as biological magnification. Now let's talk about ozone, that is O3. So it is a molecule formed by 3 oxygen. It is a deadly poison. Now oxygen is essential for all aerobic forms of life. Ozone, when it is at higher level of atmosphere, it shields the surface of the earth from ultraviolet radiations from the sun. So this is a function of ozone. Now these radiations that it shields from, they are highly damaging to organism, like it can cause skin cancer in human beings. How is the ozone formed? Ozone is a product of UV radiation acting on the oxygen molecule. The higher energy UV radiation splits apart some molecule of oxygen, molecular oxygen, into free oxygen atoms. So molecular oxygen is O2 and free oxygen is O. So these atoms then combine with the molecular oxygen to form ozone. So this O and this O2 combines to form this O3, that is ozone. Now recently there have been drop in this ozone, and due to drop in the ozone, it is linked to synthetic chemical which forms the chlorofluorocarbon, CFCs, which is used in refrigerants and fire extinguisher.